Gemini, Gemini, Soulmate, I am Key, and this is our doorway. Before we enter the doorway towards the Akashic Records library, this is for sun, moon, and rising star signs. As your key, I'm here to let us know that we hold the 12 zodiac signs within us. Like the 12 hours of the day, the 12 months of the year, we walk through every emotion, every energy, not just through our signs, but other elements of other signs within us, to make that whole, that wholeness being within. I know that this reading is done on the 7th. So if you're viewing this on the 4th day, this reading may resonate to your core. What is the core of you? And what do you want to connect to? If this is on the 5th day, this reading might resonate in looking at it from a leadership, how to lead, and the lessons that need to be learned, and to becoming that leader. This reading can resonate with you. So, let's begin. Gemini, Soulmate. God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What past life wants to present themselves to masculine, feminine, Gemini, and Soulmate? What past wants to be a present for feminine, Gemini, and Soulmate? What will take place emotionally, energetically? For Geminis and Soulmate. From January the 4th to January 17th, 2019. Let's see if we got all the tablets and books. One more tablet. Okay. Let's get it. Masculine Gemini. In your past life, you have been as a baby. You have been birthed at a time where both parents bond together. Both parents believed in raising you together as an anchor. Both parents seeing you as the youth in which they do not mind yielding to understand how to merge the Y chromosome within you to the A. We have the masculine and feminine. Gemini, masculine Gemini. You had experienced both parents in your world to show you that both man and woman can work together as one to raise a baby. Both male, female can bring together a foundation together, tranquil, as a team. A foundation in which you can learn how to become that germination in which you are to grow up to be. Germination. It's all about the seed in which we are going to grow in the soil, in the womb of Mother Gaia. And from what Mother Gaia have learned from that seed, what will sprout out from germination. So it depends on the seed. The seed is you, masculine gem. In order for you to realize you are a gem, you had to walk in your past life to understand what made you become a germination for the planet to grow with and on. You know about planet Gaia. You know about planet Earth. You know how to be the birth of creativity. You are the communicator for that reason. This is why you are under the star sign. You know how to make things grow. You know how to govern things that can be grown in the environment. In order for you to become in my mind's eye to say government, you had to know what germinates in the planet, what germinates for the people. So you had to walk in your past life as the seed to learn what true partnerships is between male and female. So as a baby, you know that bond, and from learning and loving and being nurtured by that bond, when you grow, those would be the same tools that you would use in your partnership in the present. If you hadn't had a connection to either the masculine partner, the masculine meaning your father, or if you haven't felt connected to your mother, you're figuring out how to make that anchored bond in this present. If that is not what you're going through, then you are realizing masculine germination. Germination, not a germ where, oh my God, got a germ. Well, even a germ helps us to have a stronger immune system. So really, germs are actually good. See how the GG, ow, If that's the case, then when we got our first kiss as a baby or in our younger years, when someone liked us and they kissed us, we say, ooh, cooties, a goo, ooh, cookie. Those are the same things that we end up cherishing as we got older, as we get older. And that's what you're seeing, that you can birth ideas in your present that will not only make you prosperous, but others as well. You're seeing that. If you have any ideas, masculine Gemini, now is the time to birth them into reality. If you are an illustrator, writer, poet, scientist, teacher, making of a politician, making of a governor, making of a governess, of training or helping grow people in the government, or how to govern, it starts from how you want to bond with that. And you want to have an equal bond in the present, no longer imbalance. The imbalance will cause anyone to have a reason to tear that foundation which you're creating down, and you don't want that. Feminine gem, Anai, feminine gem, you are and you have walked in regards to ships. You have been a captain before. You have been a part of a crew. You have walked as a captain in your past life, and how to connect to others to sail abroad. You have been a crew member, and knowing how your skill as a crew member can make the community on the ship a better trade when you get to your new land. You have been a good, if that means governor. You knew exactly that to do that required you to trade, to sail, to communicate, to know communications. How you became the planet Mercury, which is all about communications, among other aspects of that planet. As a human being, you know that whatever you want to sail in has showed you how to communicate. Even if the experience wasn't nice. Yes, I might talk about captains and crew members as if past lives was always jolly. No. Sometimes we seen ships as a middle passage for slaves. Slaves were considered commerce or a commodity or cattle. And from talking to cattle on the ship, help you to communicate on land what should be of governed law, what should be considered just. You figured out from what you have grew up surrounded by when it came to ships. You had to grow up on a ship. And you had to see not everything that is on a ship is going to be of smiles. Sometimes what you have seen on the ship was of sadness. And you knew that communicating and germinating with that has helped you in your present life to become that writer, that illustrator, that screenplay writer, that actor. Anything that you want in your present life to birth, you now understand why that is. Because in your past life, you had walked those lives. You had experienced the not so good things about sailing and the good things about sailing. The yin and the yang, the day and the night. You do not dismiss either one. That's why we love you, feminine gem. That's why we call you a gem. Some of the readers on YouTube call you a gem for that very reason. A gem is just like a crystal. It doesn't just look pretty. It has healing properties. It shows us where this world can make. And you are that manifestation in the present. Soulmate. Like your masculine and feminine counterpart or masculine and feminine side of you had walked through as well. You are an orphan. You have walked as an orphan before. Maybe like your masculine, you did not have both your parents, or maybe you had one. And in our world, a lot of times we cannot, I don't want to say afford because that sounds so broad. It's hard to feed ourselves and the ones we love. And as a parent, I understand how that feels. So in your past life, do you understand how hard it must have been for your parents since they were alive, how they had to abandon you? To raise a child and not be able to feed it. To make a child and not be able to teach it anything. If I can't feed you, then that means maybe I don't know how to read, write, or have any skill that I can utilize to feed you. That's one, especially in this time period. We're in 2019. From ancient times, 1800s, 1300s, '11, 12, Why do I feel the need to say from 10 or 11? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Those centuries, when it came to reading, writing, what we consider basic academia was not basic academia for all people. That's what feminine and masculine had learned as well. Just because you're a human being did not mean that you had prosperity placed upon you. It took preparation. And then to not know what preparation meant made abandonment allowable. To abandon a child felt more as a better answer than keeping a child. Because you were not abandoned like the masculine, if they ever experienced that before. You are at an age where you're a young woman, a young man, where you can also create life. And we're at a young age where working would not seem so abstract. 7, 8, 9-year-olds, honestly, from 4 to 10-year-olds knew about being workers. That's how we got the newspapers and the milk and someone to translate or someone to assist in seamstress or anything that required a helping hand. From 4 years old to 10 was an easier age to get service for less pay. This is why the feminine and masculine, but strongly the feminine, had to learn that hearing diverse voices through you as an orphan on the ship, hearing the voices of a child on the ship, showed the injustice at times, or what we consider injustice had to come from something that was injustice for that person to make an injustice act. The injustice for you, soulmate, was that your parents did not have someone to show them that what they probably had, they can use as a skill to raise you. Your parents in your past life did not have people around them to help prepare them for the world at that time. We come in this world doesn't mean we know the answers. And that was one thing your parents did not or could not be propelled to speak that to you. But you had to physically find that out, which may have felt worse than them telling you then. Or would it have been? It had probably been worse, sir. Not this worse. To have a parent tell you, I cannot feed you, but I love you, and still have you and raise you the best way they can. Some youth or some person would not see that as enough. So, soulmate, you had to experience being abandoned to see that the little things that we say in life are free, or the little things to look forward to, those little things are actually large things. It's up to us in the world to hold it as that and to be there support for each other. They say it takes a tribe to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. And that is true, not just then, it is true even now. So we still use those same ancient terms and phrases. Then why is it that we can't get hip to working together, helping each other, That soulmate is what Orphan has done for you. It helped you to see the or in the situation. The or. If we add the E, the or, that anchor. You understand that to feel abandoned, you had to experience abandoned. To understand how not to abandon others in your reality. You had to understand what does it felt to have loss, because you had to live it. So in your reality, you have learned how to be that person to lean on for those that feel this way. Now you know where it has come from. So Trinity, let's see how it will play out in the next 2 weeks, emotionally, energetically. First week, masculine Gemini. What was felt in my mind's eye is your key. You are in the house of Scorpio. You are the seeker of source. Source within you, you're seeking out answers to, and the source outside of you. Gemini, you are the star of communication. You are planet Mercury. And just like this number 8, you are the timekeeper. Because in order for a baby to be born, it either, what they say, was it timed or was it naturally done? Time, did that person look at the time, month, hour, and ask themselves, this is where ovulation takes place. If it was natural, that meant that you felt within your body it is time to create in your gut either a physical baby or create an actual project, or actual projecting of your creativity in the world. That's going to be like a baby to you. So, being equal and emotionally balanced with your emotions and having your intuition ignite masculine Gemini. How you want to germinate your creation. How you want to germinate or watch what you have germinate, do your creative projects that you have been making come to the forefront so you can stabilize it and give it structure. So do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs, because you have the masculine feminine within you that you can bond with, and making yourself an anchor and an aspiration for others to be guided on. Female Gem. Wow, okay. All right, Miss Empress. You are Trinity. You feel that, you know that now. That by the first week, you are in your house of communication. You're seeing that now that you are in your own house. When we're in our own house, we know how to move, how to groove. When someone like, yeah, this is my house, they know every angle, they know everything about where they want to go and how they're going to be seen. And you are communicating that. You are understanding what does activate you from House of Aries, the first house. What do you want to activate? In the second house, how do you want to be that trainer, the teacher? Let's say the first one. How do you want to activate from House of Aries? Second house, how do you want to become that trainer? And third, how do you want to communicate that? Because the way you communicate will connect you to your fourth house, which is all about the core of you, the core value of it. So, right now, you're in the third house. You are the Empress. You are every element sign. Every element is in you. Even Every living being, from human being, see the baby? Look at that. Interesting. Interesting. So, if you're dealing feminine Gemini with another Gemini, now is the time to really become that Trinity together. I repeat, feminine Geminis that are watching this reading, that is watching the relic of who they are. You, if you're connecting to another Gemini, this is the time for you to partner up, birth an idea. If you already had the idea with another Gemini, now's the time to make it happen. Because you have the energy and emotions to get it to work. Wonders for you and your partner. So, lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself. Nurture yourself. Nurture yourself. Feminine Gemini. When you nurture yourself, feminine Gemini, you will become even more of a gem. And as a Taurus, and I'm a Taurus. Sun, Moon in Taurus, Ascendant in Scorpio. Mercury, which is your planet, in Aries. My Venus is in Scorpio, I believe, or is it? Venus is also. I got to look at my natal chart with you guys. See, I got to get up on my game. So, I can relate to where you're coming from, feminine. When you nurture yourself, that makes you more of a gem. And as a Taurus, we're all about what is valuable, what is of value, and what is standard. That standard equals the worth. So, I see as a Taurus, the Taurus side of myself speaking to you. You looking mighty goldy right now, Goldilocks. You looking mighty goldy, Archangel Gabriel. Miss Archangel Gabriel, you looking kind of gold right here. And in Egyptian times or in ancient times to even now, gold is very valuable. It is. I do recall gold even helps with energy. It's like our first solar panel before we seen the sun. We're like, oh wait, they have the same color. Could it be energy? Can gold make energy too? It took someone like you to figure that out, Magi. The magician. Look, you got the wand still. And you got the halo. Halo. You got the halo. Halo. Got the halo. Ooh. Let me do it again. Ooh. Gone. All right, Queen Bee. I see you about to be Queen Bee in your environment the first week. That when you give birth to your dreams, it will nurture yourself and it will help to nurture others. Soulmate. Okay, now you're in the 8th house of Scorpio, which is the seeker of source within you and outside of you, like the masculine had to experience. And you're using your first house, which is what activates you, like masculine and feminine had to embrace. So you are the moon. The moon gives us liquid from the waters of the seas. It helps to fertilize the things that we do grow. The moon also is not just the moon of secrets, but it reveals actually the secrets right before our eyes. It's all about how we are seeing it. When we look at the moon, are we just looking at the moon, or are we looking at what does the moon do to the waters? What does the moon do when we walk? Isn't it another source of light? If it was too sunny, wouldn't you put on shades? So in a way, you're being a moon while during the day. Are you trying to hide who you are? No. You're simply protecting yourself so you do not get blinded by the sun. You want it to help you, not hinder you. And that's what you're seeing the moon as. A moon to you. And we are starting to recognize through you, soulmate. It's a moon is all about manifestation. It's all about seeing the map within ourselves. Not just of secrets. If it is a secret, then that means it had to be sacred once. And you're seeing what makes you sacred. What makes you sacred may appear to others as a secret. So, important psychic insights will take place. Important psychic insights. That was felt in my mind's eye as your key guidance trainer to let you, to not even let, that word is too stern, to open up the room for interpretation. I feel that's a better way. So, events behind the scenes will be there to give us a backdrop, to give you a backdrop on how your success will take place in the future. So, release fears that hold you back. Later on tonight, going into the next 2 weeks, I will be releasing my fears. I just said later on tonight, meaning I'm able to control my fears, but not all the way. My fears give me foundation. I have a lot of water. I have ascended in Scorpio. So, and my Pisces is in the moon Lilith. The moon Lilith planet. The Pisces there. And Pisces and the moon Lilith is all about birth, rebirth, death, transformation, sex, addictions, revelation, prosperity, and so much more. So, tonight at 9:15, I didn't tell this to Sagittarius. I only told them that I would do something tonight. But I didn't tell them what time. At 9:15, I will be doing a reading that will reveal who I am a little bit more deeply as your key and as a person. And for the next 2 weeks, I will be walking with you as your trainer in how to release fears. I'm going to walk this with you from tonight for the next 2 weeks in January. So that way we can commune and walk and have a solution together. So, masculine, like your soulmate and Empress. I see soulmate, you got gold on you too. But this one makes me think of Jill Scott. Golden, 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 living your life like it's golden, 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 living your life like it's golden. 'Cause you know, you are that orb, that ore, that anchor to help people in the world, including yourself, manifest in the way they always wanted to. Feminine, you have the feminine and soulmate here. Masculine Gemini, you are becoming a Trinity as well. Just like your feminine and soulmate had to understand about themselves. Second week, you are the world. You are the world. You are the children. You are the one to make a better place, so let's start giving. There's a choice you're making. From that you're saving our lives. It takes you to show us how to make a better place for you and me. So, you have all the 4 elements here. You have the Aquarius side of yourself, which is going to be the one to become that architect in which you speak of. You have the lion within you, the lion, the lioness within you to lead. To lead. Why? Because people lean on you to lead them anyway. You have Scorpio there within you and around you. You have Source within you and Source around you to help you step in your role, in your success. Am I forgetting one? Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Aries. I said Aquarius, but I did not say Aries. It's all about what you are going to activate. What are you going to articulate? What are you going to be the ambassador on? That is your goal in the second week. You have Libra to show you how to become level-headed and logical. You have every sign, every star sign within you. And to help outside of yourself in your world to guide you to make what you want to create, whether it be a project or an actual baby. You have a village to help you raise it right. Raise it right, just raise it. Righteously. Not right. There's no right or wrong way. Righteously. And righteously determines the people in which is raising the child or the project. Feminine gems. If you are concerned about the changes you're making in your environment, Earth is all about our environment. If you're concerned about the changes you're making in your environment, understand you are the Empress. You are the Empress. Empress communes. They have the community. They have the people there to support them on whatever the Empress wants to make happen as an enterprise. You are an enterprise. And shown again in your 5th house, you are stepping into the Leo. You're making that change. You're becoming that leader. People are leaning on you like your masculine soulmate has experienced. So, if you have fears surrounding money, those fears will help you, because as your key, a fear is, yes, we have to feel it as fear, emotionally, energetically. Yet, emotionally, energetically, that fear can also be our foundation. Like, well, how is that? Okay. If I have a negative and a positive charge, what can I do? I could plug in a